a big star. Uncle Suru, mon courage you are Kelly Dow. I wanna become a big star. See, I am ready to take over the world. Spread my wings and fly. They go know my name, they go hear my voice. Uncle Suru, I'm off to Suru, yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to today's community engagement by the aspirants for the office of the Provost of the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. Before we start, I want to implore those of us sitting behind, particularly the students, to please move forward a little bit. You can come a few rows forward. And if possible, can we make it central? Let's be in the central rows if you can. I appreciate you move forward a little bit. Thank you very much. Thank you for moving forward. I just want to recognize in our midst the presence of the Provost of the College of Medicine, Professor Olayinka Omigbodun, who I know is leaving. Thank you, Ma, for gracing today's occasion, for starting with us. Thank you so much, but you're most welcome. Without wasting time, we'll be starting the program now. And we'll be starting with the anthems. And I want us to please rise as we take the national anthem, the university anthem, and the College of Medicine anthem in turns. BCC, please. National anthem. You may please be seated. Thank you very much. Today's program is going to give us an opportunity to interact with the aspirants for the office of the Provost of the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, for the years 2024 to 2028. And we're here today to interact with them, to listen to them. And I'm your compere. I'm Dr. Bolahan Obajimi, the Sub-Dean Undergraduate MBBS program. And with me is the moderator, who is one of the presenters on Splash FM, Mr. Michael Olatuboso. You're most welcome, sir. I'm going to do a few introductions before we start, but I must let us know that this event is going to close by 4:55 p.m. on the dot. We are not going to waste time. I'm convinced beyond reasonable doubt that we are going to shut our doors by 5 p.m. So, without wasting time, we have in our midst the chairman for today's occasion. Today seems to be a day of obstetricians and gynecologists, and I'm going to introduce them in turns. So, we have our first Provost of the College of Medicine, a living legend, who is chairing today's program. He is no other than Professor Ebenezer Oluwole Akonde. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much for honoring us. Yes. Don't worry, I'll do that. Next to him, sitting next to him, is our revered professor of obstetrics and gynecology. Many of us did not meet. I didn't meet him for once in this as a medical student, and at least I've been a graduate for about 25 years. So please welcome with me Professor Ladipo, he's the chairman of the AFRH. Let's give him a round of applause, please. He was former head of Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. Thank you, sir, for coming. Next to him is another obstetrician and gynecologist. I still did not meet him in the College of Medicine. He was a former medical director of the FMC Abeokuta and is the current chairman of the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association, Professor Emmanuel Oladipo Otolori. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Thank you, sirs. At his extreme right is our dear Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Oyerunke Odunwala. Let's give her a round of applause. And I look back, I saw very important people in our midst, our former Chief Medical Director, Professor Temitope Alonge. Let's give him a round of applause. The immediate past Chief Medical Director, yes, we should qualify. Thank you, sir, for coming. And our chairperson for IMRAT, Professor Ajayi. Let's give her a round of applause, please. I would want to save the acknowledgements. I know there are many people here, but I'll recognize very quickly the Vice Chairman of MDCAN, Dr. Oluseyi Akonde. All aspirants are members of that association. So without further delay, I would like to hand over to our dear chairman for a very brief remark. Professor Akonde, I'll come and meet you, sir. Let's give him a round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. It says it's the day of obstetrician gynecologists. I hope an orthopedic surgery will not say they want to merge with obstetrics and gynecology. And as Professor Ladipo said, he said, well, it has to be because life begins with us. And that's why we're here. Dr. Bolahan Obajimi is also one of us. So we won't intimidate you. We'll make you feel comfortable. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will rest on the existing protocol, but recognize in particular the presence of the President and ICOMA, Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association, worldwide. Someone used to say College of Medicine Association everywhere. I was fortunate to have been president some years back. Professor Ladipo is a distinguished president of the Association for Family and Reproductive Health, which is making waves in the country and outside the country. We will recognize you. The contestants, I think well, after I've spoken, they will have to take their seats over there. You know, we have 3 handsome young men. There's no lady this time, just young men. They are here and contesting. This event is very important, and I'm really happy that they are making it there. It didn't used to happen in the past, but now it's happening, and I think this is good. I'd like to let you know, the 3 of them, as you can see, they are eminently qualified. Any of the 3 will be a good provost. We'll be proud of any of them. So it's just a choice. Someone has to win. But there's no winner, no loser. They're all wanting to serve the college. And I hope that they all recognize this. This is not a war. It's just a contest. Somebody will win, the other 2 will not. But whatever happens, their service will be available to the college. And I'd like to give, I was very fortunate. I contested to be dean of the Faculty of Medicine 46 years ago. I'm sure you will all, 46 years ago, 1978. And that contest, there were 3 of us also who contested. 3 people. 2 of them were, in fact, older than me. And we all knew each other very well. One of them was in the final year in the same secondary school that I went to. And I was in Form 1 when he was in Form 6. And we were contesting the election together. And the 3 of us knew each other very well. The 3rd contestant was also very well known to the extent that his wife was a very close friend of my sister from Lagos. So it was a contest, and we decided we'll have it like that. As I did, I won the election, and that didn't end there. I made sure by God, through the grace of God, that the other 2 people who contested with me had roles to play in the then faculty. One of them was made chairman of the Scholarship and Prizes Committee of the faculty. The other one was made the editor-in-chief of the African Journal of Medicine and Medical Sciences. And what also happened was that one of them, the real campaigner for one of those candidates, who was actually very active in campaigning and mobilizing for his own candidate, I, through the grace of God again, said he should come and be subbed in clinical. The people didn't believe it. In fact, the contestant and the others came to me and said, "Are you sure you want him to?" I said, "Why not? He's eminently qualified." And he had written a paper on outside postings. And one of the campaigns that I had at that time was that we should have outside postings. And here is somebody who had written on outside, strong provost. They built on the foundation that's laid. So sometimes they say, "Oh, you are the Foundation College of Medicine, Provost." If you are a foundation provost, if you lay a foundation and no one builds on the foundation, it plays with collapse. So I must say that I thank God for the people, all the provosts who have come after have built on what was laid through God's grace. So this is just a few words to make sure that these contestants know that there is room for service and they will all continue to serve. They should aim to build on what the provost and previous provosts have done. And with God's grace and with God's support, they will succeed. This college is a great college. Anywhere you go, you say you are from Ibadan. It's just works wonders. It just works wonders. It makes me so proud. You get into the airport, somebody is coming to say hello to you. Oh, it was a faculty, College of Medicine. You know, it's really great. And if you see what the Alumni Association has been doing, this hall was totally refurbished with funds provided by the alumni of the college. So one of the duties of the provost will be to cultivate the alumni, make sure that they continue to do this and appreciate what they are doing. We really appreciate what they are doing. We thank God that we have a good family. The College of Medicine is one family, and so shall it continue to be. So with these few words, I thank you all for coming, and we will listen to the contestants. And through that, through God's grace, God will give us the provost that will do this college proud. Any of them will do so, but the one that will do us proud will be elected. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I'd like to bring up stage our aspirants, and we'll bring them up in alphabetical order. I'll introduce each aspirant to us. I know we know them, but out of courtesy and formality, I want to present them to the audience. So I'll be starting with Professor Adenipekun, who is the former head of department of the radiation and radionuclide department, radiation oncology department. You're most welcome, sir. You have a seat, the very first seat, sir. And there's a microphone there for you. It's switched off. When you need it, you put it on. Next is the current dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Professor Temidayo Ogundiran, who is an oncologist in the Department of Surgery. Let's give him a round of applause, please. The middle seat, sir. And finally, Professor Mayowa Owolabi, a former dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, an avid researcher. You're most welcome, sir. In our midst, we had people arrive from the basic medical sciences. I saw Professor Ademowo and his team. You are most welcome. And amongst us too, I saw the MDCAN chair, Professor Fashola. You are most welcome. And my immediate past head of department, Professor Biola Okunlola. You are most welcome, sir. I'm going to hand over to the moderator, Mr. Michael Olatubosun, to give us the ground rules as we commence the program. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you've been told my name is Michael Olatunbosun. I'd like to welcome you to this momentous occasion. I understand that these gentlemen are vying for the esteemed position of Provost College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. And you are here to listen to them, to listen to their plans for you, for your college, and for your community at large. I'd like to promise you that this will be a breathtaking engagement that is full of punchlines. However, I'd like to ask for your cooperation. I'd like us to be decorous, to engage in a way that we will be able to get some clarity as to what they have to offer for the next 4 years in the life of the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. I hope you promise me that as well. Shall we? Shall we do that? Okay, so one of the very first assignments that you do for me is to please fill up these spaces here. We have our online audience, and for camera purposes, this is not good for camera if you have scattered audience. So can you please move forward? Just fill up these spaces. I'd like us to fill up these spaces so that we can have a robust engagement as well as robust audience. Okay? Thank you very much for cooperating. Thank you very much. Okay? I'd like to also ask that you please do us a favor of muting your phones. You can put your phones on vibration. It will help us to have some good quality. Good sound quality as well. So while you are doing that, I'd like to before we ask the candidates to roll out their plans, to make their oral presentations, I'd like to also make the ground rules. These are important because we are in an election mood. And when you come for election, particularly when you have an election season coming, all kinds of information and all that will fly around. I'm a fact checker, so I understand the sanctity of facts and information. So number one, I'd like to announce that each aspirant will make a 15-minute oral or PowerPoint presentation or both. The time prompts will be made at 5 minutes and 1 minute before the end of the allotted time. There will be no extra time. Distinguished gentlemen, I hope we understand that. There will be no extra time. 15 minutes will be 15 minutes. Decorum, like I said earlier, decorum will be maintained, must be maintained at all times, and the electoral body will not tolerate verbal attacks. And I need to add that this is a platform for engagement. It's not a platform to push any agenda or vendetta. Any political vendetta is not allowed. I reserve the right as the moderator to annul any question that may be unfair or constitute a nuisance to the community interaction. The audience will be allowed the opportunity to ask questions in writing, which will be collated by the moderator. No questions should be directed at any aspirant. So you have questions. Maybe you should start preparing your questions from now. We will take the questions in writing. And all questions are neutral in the sense that there's no body, there's no specific person that will answer any question. I decide who will answer which question. All aspirants will answer select questions. We have some questions that we've laid out already. So if you think that we've not covered the space that you think we should cover, you can put them in writing and let us have them. The first aspirant will have 1 minute to organize himself before speaking, and then all aspirants will have the opportunity to speak first. In other words, they will take turns to answer each fresh question. Response to questions should be succinct and must not exceed 2 minutes. So that's after your presentation of 15 minutes. All other questions will be taken in 2 minutes. I hope we all understand this. So we need to have this consensus. Do we understand this, or should I go over the rules again? The ayes have it. All right, so without further ado, I'd like to ask each of the candidates to make their presentation. So I'll be calling in alphabetical order. For the first presentation, Professor Adeniyi Adenikwekun to make his presentation. 15 minutes, sir.
Good afternoon. The chairman of today, Professor Ihe Akonde, my father in medicine, the one through whose help able to transfer from veterinary medicine to medicine. Thank you, sir. My teacher, how many of our teachers here, Professor Ladipo, he taught me not only O&G, but he taught me how to dress well. Professor Tolorin, my teacher, I welcome you. My seniors, Professor Lunge, Professor Ajayi, and also my special senior, Professor Ura Shokumbi, you're welcome. All professors and deans and directors that are here seated, I welcome you. HODs, I welcome you. Faculty members, senior and junior, I welcome you. Students, I welcome you. Fellow contestants, you are also welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My path to the College of Medicine, if you want to give it a name, is moving the college further and stepping higher. And how do I intend to do that? By ensuring a smooth transition for continued progress. And what do I mean? Harmonious transition from old to the new regime to ensure that progress made in the last administration is preserved and built upon. Continuation and completion of all laudable projects initiated by the previous administration to ensure that they are put to immediate and beneficial use of the college, its staffs and students. Continued engagement, encouragement of our benefactors to assist the college as they have done over the years. Staff, solid investment in staff and student welfare. Staff welfare. We will streamline process of promotion to achieve speedy conclusion. This is very important because the era of paying arrears has gone. So we have to do it quickly. Provision of support for publication and attendance at conferences. We will sustain the bank school loan. And last it was suspended because some took the loan and did not pay back. We will bring it back. Only that those who did not pay the previous one may not be part of it until you pay. Closely with UI administration to address acute shortage of staff in all the faculties. That is a serious shortage which we have observed. We were going around on campaign. What about our students? Accommodation for qualified students of the college shall be provided. Provision of subsidized shuttle buses between UI campus and UCH. This has become very important. The bus subsidy is gone. Transport fares has gone up. Improvement on the existing mentorship program will be our focus. We will seek for build more hostels, increase interaction with our students, encourage interprofessional education, sporting activities, because we want to have one college, one family of students. This is our desire. Provision of conducive environment for learning and research. We're going to work on acquisition of more office spaces to accommodate our young faculties. When we went around, we saw some of them. They were sort of using offices not meant for academic staff. Existing offices in bad condition shall be renovated. I went to a professor's office, there was pyrogera on his wall, and I was afraid of his health condition. Any challenges, we know it's a major challenge. This shall be addressed through deployments of renewable energy sources in phases to all our departments and lecture theaters. We will be able to provide you energy for your laptop. At least you have light. You will be able to energize your fan, which will be done in phases. We improve on the existing internet services because there's a lot of challenge with that right now. We are going to work to build more lecture theaters. We serve the expanding needs of our various departments. I want to assure you we will equip and upgrade all laboratories used for teaching and research in faculties. We are going to stop the preclinical library built by the IMSG, provide e-learning resources, effective internet in basic medical sciences and related disciplines. We are going to work towards increased fund allocation to our library, Odeku Library, through UI, to acquire more online resources. We plan to resuscitate and give prominence to our age-long journal, African Journal of Medicine and Medical Science, our heritage. We are going to make sure it survives. Encouraging excellence in teaching and learning. We are going to organize the induction workshop for new teaching staff to equip them with the necessary tools to discharge their duties and be able to climb the academic ladder easily. We are going to strengthen the college medical education unit, expansion of the scope and activities of the clinical scale laboratory. We encourage interprofessional education to facilitate team spirit among our students. We are going to introduce entrepreneurial education in conjunction with the Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation and UI School of Business. We want to produce graduates that can be wealth creators. We are going to strengthen our outstation teaching centers, such as the Ibadan program, Tuashi National Hospital, etc., for teaching, research, and community. We are going to improve interaction with our students, encourage greater participation in college decision making where such is desirable. Improving financial administration of the college. Accountability shall be our watchword. We shall ensure that we do not place needless burden on our grantees. We will drastically reduce the delay in accessing funds owned by faculties, departments, and units without necessarily compromising financial standards. We've heard of people having funds, they will not have access to it 3 months, even though the fund is with us in college. We will continue to encourage more researchers to domicile their grants at the college by providing the needed incentives. This we will ensure, because we are aware some have taken their grants out of the college. There shall be training of faculty members and non-academic staff on grantmanship to ensure successful grant application. Improving financial education continues. We will continue to encourage our faculty members to source for grants using the instrumentality of the College Research Office with the Office of the Division of Innovation and Strategic Partnership. We will improve our interaction with TED Fund to attract more funding opportunities and also find creative ways to attract corporate organizations, wealthy Nigerians, philanthropists to make endowment into our college. Our alumni, our greatest strength. We will continue to liaise with them to give back to their alma mater. We will strengthen the alumni office. We shall work very closely with the ACOMA to achieve more. A management that listens and tunes to all. We are going to run a management that will work with you to achieve your goals. We will provide leadership. We will not load our will or our way or our understanding on you. We will ensure that no unit, department, faculty, or individual staff or student will feel left behind or excluded, whether they are in college or on the main campus. We'll provide faculties, institutes, and departments administrative freedom in matters concerning them, because we are aware that some have their peculiarities, and this must be respected. We will humbly request the service of our experienced members, especially our elders in the college, who will be asked to be point men and women to provide leadership in certain critical areas to smoothen the paths of students and staff. Ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I will not be able to enlarge more on what I've given you. Therefore, thank you very much for listening. The election day is on the 4th of June, and the time is 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Vote Adeniji Adenikpekun. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Professor Adenikpekun, for keeping to time. So, 15 minutes is still our time. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so let's have the presentation of Professor Temidayo Ogundiran.
Our distinguished fathers and grandfathers in medicine, starting from Emeritus Professor Akonde, and all our fathers and grandfathers here seated, distinguished senior colleagues, members of the Academic Assembly, members of the usage community, staff of College of Medicine and the University College Hospital, students, and those online, good evening from me. My name is Temidayo Ogundiran. I left the medical school in 1988, after which I came back to study surgery, and I specialized in surgical oncology. Thereafter, I had other training experiences in epidemiology, biostatistics, and in genetic epidemiology. And my research focus has been on genetics of breast cancer. Together with colleagues from the University of Chicago and University of Maryland, we have been able to establish some important things, especially in the outcome of breast cancer in blacks. I've walked this corridor for about 40 years, at various times doing different things, beginning as a medical student. And I've had the opportunity also to serve in some capacities. By the grace of God, I was able to be involved in many activities, committees of the college and University College Hospital. And I also joined others, my colleagues, in 2004 to midwife the first Department of Bioethics in the University of Ibadan. I served as the pioneer head of department of that department until I became Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences in 2022. Now, why am I going forward? I'm presenting myself as Provost of the College of Medicine. I haven't been in the saddle as Dean for 22 months. I have seen a lot. I've heard a lot. I've observed a lot. And I've participated closely with the management of the College of Medicine. The present management has done a lot, just like others before the current management, but there will always be room for improvement. I am convinced that I possess the knowledge, the expertise, and the experience to be able to push our college further. My project has been encapsulated as S7 project. And I go over them briefly. It addresses students, staff, structure, service, strategic partnership, safety, and sustainability. Because of the shortness of time, I will not be able to give detailed information about each of these, but this document will be made available to us subsequently. Now, for students, the students are the reason why we are here. And over 4 years of provostship, initiatives that will foster a supportive and enriching environment for student success within the College of Medicine will be instituted. I've been opportune to go to the ABH to have community meetings with them, town hall meetings, and I realized their challenges in terms of accommodation, in terms of internet activity, services, and in terms of the burnout that they experience. A lot of social and mental dysfunction that affect our medical and other students in the College of Medicine. All this will be addressed. So this includes providing an academic support enhancements for our students and establishing a standardized mentorship program. I know that we have mentorship program in the college, but we need to standardize it and also include students to be able to have peer mentorship among themselves. We are going to pay good attention to their mental health issues because a lot of our students come down with serious mental disabilities. Also, we are going to encourage them to be involved in community service through which they also will be able to have real-life experiences. This is just to show the challenges that we have been able to identify from the town hall meetings with them. So the comprehensive package will include academic support enhancements, mentorship program, and also institute research mentorship program for our students, making use of them as research volunteers with our researchers, and also employing some of them as research assistants. This will enable them to have world experience and also at least be able to earn some money. It is my intention that we are going to involve or establish a comprehensive health wellness system or initiative, creating a hotline for students to reach the departments and the faculty whenever they have personal, emotional, psychological, social, academic needs. Infrastructure will be by providing, by the grace of God, solar panel power, internet hub to enhance and also support present efforts of the current hall management. The Indigent Fund has been working well, and we plan to improve this and sustain it as much as possible. There are some students that have special needs, and we need to encourage them by accommodating them on the campus. We need also to improve teaching and learning philosophy and environment through the CMEU of the college. And like I said before, the students also will be involved in community service opportunities so that at least in their CV they can say that they've been involved in volunteer work. Now, staff, the 4-year plan, which will ultimately foster a culture of excellence and professional growth within the institution, will focus on the promotion process, providing ongoing training, establishing academic rendezvous for points in UI and here at the College of Medicine, and streamlining our organizational structures to optimize efficiency and enhance the work environment for staff. Let me talk about promotion. I've been 22 months as Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences. In the past 22 months, we have concluded 22 cases of Part 1 promotion. And we have just only a few remaining that will be concluded. All cases as at 2023 have been determined. For Part 2 cases, before I became Dean August 2022, and then there was a meeting of the Central A&P. We did not have any candidates to present for prima facie. The following year, that was 2023, early 2023, there was a meeting of the Central A&P committee. We had only 4. Then it dawned on me that something must be done. Otherwise, if we keep doing the same thing the same way, we'll keep getting the same results. So I had to go to sit down, what can we do? And we initiated a process that by the end of that year, we were able to present 36 candidates for prima facie, for leadership, and professorship. Therefore, in summary, the number of Part 1 cases concluded since I became Dean, 22. Part 2 promotion cases, by the grace of God, we have 25, 11 professors and 14 readers as of today. The total number of cases completed or moved to prima facie stage since assumption 2 months ago is 92. Now, the story before was that promotions took 4 years, 6 years, but by the grace of God, we just have only a few backlogs remaining. What did we do? And what can we do at the college level? This can be achieved by devolving promotion processes to deans. Our deans are rendered redundant as far as promotion issue is concerned in the College of Medicine. We need to have faculty promotion license officer that can work with these deans to make sure that the processes are through as much as possible, as early as possible. We also need to digitize the process, and by the grace of God, this will be carried to a logical conclusion. We also need to standardize the process so that the process is the same across the university, across the College of Medicine, and we will know which faculty is drawing back. This year, we have had only 1 college meeting on promotion. By the grace of God, in my tenure, this will happen every quarter so that there won't be much to discuss and promotion issues can go forward. And of course, as Provost, one also has to monitor and follow what is happening. Apart from promotion issues, other things, including staff, will be to create an academic workspace. Sometimes academics come to work, there's no electricity. The plan is to create an academic hub here on the main campus in UI and here for staff and students, so that we can equip the place with renewable energy supply. And our junior and mid-career academics, when they come and there's no power in their offices, they can go there from morning till evening and work and have a place to work and also facilities that they can use for their work and for their research. There we continue to train them and provide office space for them. Many of them, like we have had before, are not in good offices, and engender unity of purpose and a sense of belonging for all in the college. In my going around, I found out there's a lot of disunity. There's a lot of division within the College of Medicine. And so we are not harnessing our potentials as a college to achieve the best that we could achieve. This will not stop. This will stop. I have been in charge of the bioethics program at the University of Ibadan since 2004 as the director of academic work. And I have been able to lead a multidisciplinary group of people from across faculties at the university, College of Medicine, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Arts, Faculty of the Social Sciences, and other faculties within the university. We have worked together as a team, and there's no division. We have worked together as a cohesive team. This can be achieved by the grace of God in the College of Medicine. Other plans, research funding, we are going to be working on the library and provide competitive research grant support for junior and mid-career staff We have one being done by my class of 1988. Other classes should be encouraged to do this. We need to renew subscriptions. The college should be able to pay some subscription for journals for junior and mid-career academic staff.
You have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. We also need to be able to grant publishing support to junior academic staff. Other entities include addressing staff shortage by liaising with the Director of Academic Planning, and also utilizing our retired staff. Instead of going with their expertise and experiences, they can use this in the College of Medicine. Structure has to do with, we aim to modernize operations, improve collaboration, better teaching support, research, administrative functions over 4 years. This will ultimately enhance overall effectiveness and impact. I want people to elaborate on this. Service initiatives within the College of Medicine is to prioritize community engagement and welfare, addressing local needs through projects and programs while fostering a culture of empathy and social responsibility among staff and students. Strategic partnerships are cultivated with departments, faculties, universities, and international entities to enrich research, educational opportunities, and resource sharing, fostering innovation and global collaboration within the College of Medicine. Safety measures prioritize the welfare of staff and students through proactive initiatives such as health checks, emergency preparedness, property security, and ensuring a secure and conducive environment for learning and work. And finally, sustainability. This will be achieved through system algorithm implementation. There's a lot of cumbersomeness with our operations, and you can never be too sure of what the next stage will be. We must have system algorithms. We must have activities to digitize the process of workflow in the College of Medicine. We need to digitize all our records in all the departments and faculties, review our power needs, standardize operating procedures, funding the college through many means which I won't be able to go into because of time, and also organize regular statutory college meetings for inclusiveness, due considerations, and harnessing our diversities for progress. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, I present myself to you that you vote for me on June 4 as your next provost of the College of Medicine. I have the experience, and my testimonies show that this can be done. And by the grace of God, I'm a team player, and everybody counts. And in this administration, by the grace of God, your presence and your support will count. Thank you very much for anticipated support.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Professor Mundiran there. All right, we'd like to take the 15 minutes of Professor Mayowa Owolabi. 15 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Let me start by thanking the organizers and, of course, the chairman of this occasion, the first provost and the foundation provost of the college, the ICOMA president, our elders in the room, deans, HODs, as well as the UCH community, colleagues, and friends, and professors in the room, and all the other members of staff, and students too. Thank you so very much for being part of this. So thank you so much. I would like to start by saying that universities, and of course indeed the college, is created to produce knowledge and to advance the frontiers of knowledge, and to ensure that the knowledge ecosystem functions by knowledge creation through research, to offer solutions to societal problems, knowledge transfer through teaching, and knowledge translation through knowledge use. But it's an ecosystem that we need to understand that has roots, has stem, has branches, and not just the products. I know when we're talking about promotion, we're always looking at the publications, patents, and all that without giving due attention to the ecosystem that is required for productivity, including staff motivation, promotion, welfare, energy, infrastructure, skills, and so on and so forth. I'll just go through a little bit of some of these and how I intend to ensure that we are all fruitful. Every individual is able to function to the peak of their performance in this environment. There's no reason why our students or our staff should not be able to perform as well as they would have done elsewhere in the world. They are as gifted, as talented as other people. It's just the environment that we need to rejig. So we can really be the first, we can be resourceful, and we can be uplifting, innovative. We can make people thrive, we can fulfill, make people fulfilling, united, leverage on past and present accomplishments, nurture people to make them flourish, energize and make people enthusiastic, and of course have strategic plans to ensure that we're able to offer solutions. So what are my strategic objectives? Offer immediate solutions to the current challenges of the college, promote staff welfare and wellness and enthusiasm of staff and students, which is very, very important. Fast track the promotion process. I will just pause a little bit by mentioning a little bit about this. As Dean, I was able to initiate what is called the promotions dashboard. And with that, and working assiduously with the Office of the Provost and with the Office of the Vice Chancellor, during my tenure, despite the fact that there were 23 months of ASU strike, I was able to facilitate the promotion of 50 full professors and readers and 35 in the junior cadre. And how was I able to do this? On my phone, I could check the status of promotion of any of the candidates at any time, and that helps me to be able to track and fast-track the processes. If we're able to institute this kind of process university-wide, giving opportunities for even the candidate to be able to check the status at some level, there will be tiered access. The assessors will have access, the provost, the deans, the HOD, as well as the external assessors, and everything can be timed, just like what is done in journal review. It makes it, and then apart from that, the promotion process can be simplified by making it less cumbersome and less complex, and reducing the man hours required for assessment by the assessors, which right now is sometimes even upwards of 100 hours. And then by priming and ensuring that the assessors are ready before sending things to them, so that things are not delayed with the assessor who are not ready to assess. Strategic development plans, conducive learning and living environment, and I will go through some of this. So promotion is very important, like I've mentioned, and as chair of the University of Ibadan ad hoc committee on reviews of promotion guidelines, we've recommended processes that will make promotion very fast, such that to start with, we will target not exceeding a year overall for readers and professors and 6 to 8 months for senior lecturers. That's really top priority. We've made recommendations to ensure this. Currently, there is a college energy committee, which I'm going to leverage their findings and their recommendations. I will finalize the energy audit of the college, have an energy plan to ensure there is uninterrupted power supply and efficient energy use. Energy self-sufficiency is important. Modular solar installation, solar farms. I actually did some of these as Dean, and I will show you some of those examples in strategic places. In Department of Surgery, for instance, being the largest department in my faculty, and of course in the library. Actually, the one in the library was inspired by end of posting test was about to be conducted, computer-based test in the library, and the person in charge called me to come and see that the students really, the computers were not powered. It's in the library basement, the place was dark, and there was even no way of connecting to generator. And I promised that we were going to do something about it. And working with my class of 97, we were able to donate and contribute money to power the library. So the library is powered 24/7 even when there's power outage, at least the CBT room and important areas there. And we also did similar things for dentistry as well as for O&G and medicine seminar room. So fast-tracking financial processes, this is extremely important. I think the first thing to do is, one of the major issues is the Treasury single account, which the current president of ICOMA has really made a lot of press releases about, and which I've actually been involved personally in trying to resolve, including conducting meetings with the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, with the Provost and the Vice Chancellor involved, and this is almost about to be resolved. I was able to do this because of my position as a member of the National Health Research Committee. And then the grant master can be leveraged to track financial processes. By digitization and tracking processes, timelines can be set such that funds are able to be released as promptly as required. In some institutions, it's possible to get funds within 24, 48 hours. So we will have to work hard assiduously to ensure that is possible. Acute staff shortages are important to be addressed, because without dealing with acute staff shortages is impossible for people to have protected time for research and knowledge creation. A lot of departments are affected. In fact, some have only 2 people. So through appointment of adjunct associate contract staff in the interim and graduate assistants, but in collaboration with the Vice Chancellor, it will be possible to fill this and in line with NUC recommendations. Strategic business plan is required as well as a college endowment fund. Those are some of the things I'm going to develop in order to raise funds for the college through alumni grants, philanthropy, levies, products and patent, and entrepreneurship. Now, for us to be first, we were actually first before, but it looks like our ranking is sliding, but it is possible to achieve that again. So, but that requires being resourceful, doing a needs assessment, providing an enabling environment, and then infrastructure in terms of internet, increasing the bandwidth, access in all the different, in both campuses, to all academic staff as well as non-academic staff, and of course, even students. Renovation of buildings, and there are a lot of buildings that have issues that needs to be renovated. Joseph building, Akinkube building, and so on and so forth, that needs to be renovated. Establishing a translational research infrastructure. I also plan to establish a College of Medicine Research Foundation, similar to the UI Research Foundation. Every academic staff, I'm going to encourage and foster a culture of grantsmanship with the intention of ensuring that every academic staff have at least 1 grant. And that's possible because there will be so many sources. Third fund, and there's another one where we are suggesting to the government, and which the government is receptive to, like a medical research council for Nigeria. And of course, I'm going to strengthen CREAM. Quarterly grantsmanship and manuscript writing webinars, orientation, mentorship, and provision of incentives. We did this. We actually produced a manual, an orientation manual for academic staff that is more than 40 pages, and we invited so many people, and that's available for use. Idea incubation lounge that will allow cross-fertilization of ideas among faculty from the different faculties and departments. We will organize ideathons, annual college creativity and research fairs, award grants. Actually, the college through CREAM was awarding seed grants. And actually, in my tenure as dean, I also donated about 2 million naira for students' research. Collaborations and to celebrate excellence. So it's important that some of the committees I established when I was dean, strategic planning, and Professor Akonde, Emeritus Professor Akonde, was actually part of that strategic plan, which was actually the first strategic plan for the Faculty of Clinical Sciences. The MAP committee, which helped organize orientation programs, sparkling and mentorship. And we also have mentorship committee for undergraduate students. And through this, we've actually established a structure, and we have even paired students to mentors. And we're also thinking of even alumni mentors as well. We established the structure and the grand rules for the mentorship, as well as a skill and proficiency form, and so on and so forth, to ensure that is accomplished. Then, wellness, well-being, and welfare of staff is paramount. We'll ensure adequate and conducive hostel accommodation for students, including IT, including power, including water. And then conference grants and travel support from the endowment fund will help. Then unity is very important between UCHU and UCH, and we'll need to work very, very closely, not only in terms of resolving issues and challenges, but also in terms of attracting resources and in terms of ensuring that we have adequate staff and that they are well remunerated. I will leverage the efforts of past provosts, and just a few recent examples: CATA, Biomedical Education Program, Clinical Skills Lab, CREAM, CV Maker, Grandmaster, HPTL, and of course provide access, and that this is shared as frequently as is required, the Student Wholesale Project, and of course the Barapa projects. Nurturing students and staff, the CMEU, which was established, I'm going to reinvigorate that and start a provost list for the best students across faculties, an entrepreneurial education and innovation incubator, and energize an enriching environment for equitable engagement and entrepreneurship and excellence for students as well as staff for discovery science, a strategic plan for the college, 10-year rolling plan.
You have 5
college,
minutes.
okay, college research fair. And these are some of the things we did. The first journal for the Faculty of Clinical Sciences was launched during my tenure. For this year in January, I was invited as resource person to the workshop on promotion of academic staff. for the faculty officers, which was organized by the registry. I was the only dean that was invited, even though I was even a former dean. And one of the things we spoke about was digitization of the process, which is going to help to fast track it. And then the dean's list for the faculty. And we've been able to, it's not impossible. In fact, we've been able to show you that we can make this place the epicenter of research and growth and an innovation hub for Africa. Last year, we conducted 3 conferences, and in fact, one of those conferences, we were able to attract the Minister of Health for Ghana, came in person and also paid a courtesy visit to the Provost. We conducted on stroke, on hypertension, and on rehabilitation. Again, just to show that it is not impossible to excel right from here. Right from this place, and with all sense of humility, and thanks to my teachers, I was trained and brought up here, I was able to win the Global Award for Outstanding Contribution to Clinical Stroke Research. 5 minutes, sir. Yeah. For the entire globe. Then, as a member of the National Health Research Committee, then that's me with the MRC, South African MRC, with the president of the AFDB and the DSC Award. So, in summary, we want the college to move forward in terms of knowledge creation, transfer, and translation. And God helping me and working assiduously with you, we have the blueprint to ensure that the college is able to reclaim its pride of place as first, not only in Nigeria, but as a leader in Africa and globally. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for also keeping to time. Okay, so we will go to the questions presently, but I need to announce again, first, that we have online audience, and we'll also allow the online audience to ask their question. So I hope that we are moderating the questions, curating the questions at the moment. So I hope that you are preparing your questions as well. Please pass them forward to Dr. Gbolan Obajimi here, so that we'll be able to compile the questions and pass them across to me. So we will go to the questions now. And I'd like to also beg, once again, for decorum, please. I'm not saying you should not applaud, but let it be very, very, very brief so that we can, we have time to manage. Okay. The first question will go to Professor Adenikweku. Of course, the 3 candidates mentioned energy, they mentioned electricity and the rest of it. Concerning intent to tackle this long-standing challenge, the question of power is how do you want to tackle the challenge? He has 1 minute to prepare his answer and then 2 minutes to answer. Yes, sir.
Okay, I can sit down. Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you very much for that question, even though I mentioned it briefly in my presentation. First and foremost, we plan to deploy renewable energy sources, which will be done in phases, from departments to department, to lights in your lecture theater or your offices. You'll be able to put on your computers, at least fan, to cool down your office. That's one. The second issue is that we will maintain a very good relationship with our parent, University of Ibadan, because University of Ibadan has been paying our bills many years. I was CMAC, and I cannot remember when last we went to College of Medicine to pay electricity bill, because there was a good relationship with our parents. So I'm sure we have responsible parents. I'm sure they'll be willing to continue to pay our bills when it comes to electricity. We're also going to seek funds to further ensure that the speed of creating these renewable sources will go faster, so that it can cover the entire departments and the college within the first year by the grace of God. That is my answer to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Ogundira, please. Can you give him do you have the microphone? Can you hand the microphone? Same question. Same question, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, power, energy supply, and utilization in the College of Medicine In the past 1 or 2, 3 or 4 months, we have been involved in darkness because of the issues with the suppliers. Now, how do we address this? Number one is to really review what is the SOP on power supply and power utilization in the College of Medicine. Supply is different from utilization. So the first thing that we're going to do is to review the supply, the source, where the energy goes into, and how each unit of the College of Medicine, faculties and departments are utilizing the energy. Which parts of the college requires more energy than others. Thereafter, we also need to look at the payment system, because the issue is fund. The fund has just to come from somewhere. Now, those who are utilizing more energy may need to pay more than others based on what they have, especially those who have research grants and they are utilizing this energy for their research work. There may be need to build some of these costs into their overhead. Also, we need to devolve energy supply and not rely only on the national grid. We can have units or pockets of energy supply to different units. For example, in the last episode of power outage, many people in the laboratories, they lost their reagents and their specimen. So this kind of place, the energy demand and the type of energy supply to that place will be different from a place where only what you need energy for is just to cool your head and run your computer. So devolution of energy based on need and based on supply. And of course, we explore new options for alternative power supply, especially renewable energy.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Owolabi, please.
Thank you very much. Energy is extremely important. It's part of the roots of the fruitfulness tree. Without dealing with energy, it's impossible to make progress. So, and this I realized both in my research enterprise as well as dean of the faculty, and I already gave illustration of some of the areas which I already pioneered renewable energy uninterrupted power in some strategic places. So certainly we will continue to do this in phases rapidly. And within 6 months to 1 year, most of the strategic places will have been sorted. How are we going to get funds to sort this? We're going to get funds from alumni. We're going to get funds from endowment fund, which I intend to establish. We're going to get funds by co-funding. You know, the college will donate some amount, the department as well as the faculty. You know, and those are the ways by which we can do this. And of course, the research and people who are involved in research, they can also build solar into their budget. But more importantly, to address this radically and completely and in a sustainable manner, there's an energy committee which I'm going to leverage what they are doing and ensure that they have an energy plan for the college, which includes energy audit, looking at what is required and how energy is going to be generated, including independent power projects.
Professor Owolabi. Professor Ogundiran will take the next question, please. So you have 1 minute to prepare your answer, and then 2 minutes to answer, since you are taking this question first. And the question has to do with your plans, your programs, plans for non-teaching staff in the College of Medicine. What are your plans and programs for non-teaching staff in the College of Medicine?
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, there was not much time to dilate on most of the issues that I mentioned as the components of the S7. In all the S7 components, there are provisions for taking care of the non-academic staff. As deemed by the grace of God, most of our, especially in the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, there's hardly anyone, maybe only one person, that has not gone on training from time to time. So every component of the S7 project, sustainability, digitization process, and structure, and safety, and all that, there are components, training components that are built there, which will involve not just only academic staff, but also the non-academic staff. And of course, we know that one other problem with non-academic staff is shortage of staff. And the plan is to liaise with the university authority. I found out that person-to-person contact can get you some things done than just merely writing papers. And if possible, sometimes we also need to employ some ad hoc staff where we have shortage of staff. As it affects the academics too, so it also affects the non-academics, that some of them are retiring and they are going away with their expertise and with their ability to still work. So as many of them as are retiring and are still willing to volunteer their services will also be incorporated into the system.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Professor Owolabi, please. The same question, your programs or plans for non-teaching staff in the college.
Thank you very much. The non-teaching staff are extremely important because without them, we can't really run the college. We can't run our programs for students and for staff. We can't really run an efficient research as well as training or even services. So it's important to ensure that, first of all, they are well trained, they are up to speed. During my tenure as dean, of course, many of them had opportunities to have training, both within as well as outside of the College of Medicine, including even outside the country. Welfare is also very, very important. And by that, I will continue the wellness and welfare program by the current provost, and also health check and screening, which I'm going to do along with the with UCH. Then the return to school loan, I will also restore that. That's very, very important. And then their offices they will work in an enabling environment with well-equipped offices, with ambient atmosphere. And then, of course, I will also encourage them to have personal development plans that will help them in their career growth and career development so that they can adequately support the academic staff as well as the students. And they will really be top of the range in terms of their skills, including computing skills, IT skills, and 21st century skills that is required for a university and a college of this status. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'd like to give the microphone to Professor Adenipekun. So your non-teaching staff, plans?
Thank you very much. The non-teaching staff are critical staff, critical members of the college. The academic staff cannot really function well without them. So, I mentioned it in my earlier speech, back to school loan, we'll make sure we sustain it and even expand it. There is something that we pay every month. It's called the National Health Fund. We'll try and track it so that our people, can have access to the federal mortgage loans through the contribution from the National Health Fund. They will also enjoy the craftsmanship workshop because they too should be trained in that area, and that they too can, bring grants even to the college. They will also have conference support like we give to the academic staff. We collaborate with the cooperative society of the college and see how they can assist them to acquire some things like home facilities in the home, television, something that can make their life better, and also to get landed properties. We will also want to encourage and sustain retirement preparation.
Okay.
Teachings towards retirement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next question will go to Professor Owolabi first, and then we'll come back this way. Okay, so that question has to do with e-learning. E-learning has become a veritable mode of teaching globally. So what are your plans for improving and sustaining e-learning at the College of Medicine?
Thank you very much. Yes, e-learning is extremely important to impart some skills, mostly cognitive skills, maybe not necessarily for psychomotor skills, but extremely important. And during the COVID era, it became actually the only mode of ensuring that people are able to continue with learning. So I'm going to work very, very closely with the College Medical Education Unit to ensure that the learning management system infrastructure that has been set up is sustained and is upgraded, not only in terms of teaching and learning, but also in terms of assessment and return of results to students and their sponsors, which is a major issue, including transcripts. So this can be completely digitized. using learning management systems that is accessible to the students, accessible to the staff, accessible to non-teaching staff. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so Professor Adenipekun, that question on e-learning.
Again, I actually mentioned that earlier on. I will just quickly say it again. We said we were going to stock the preclinical library built by the IMSG, provide e-learning resources, and effective internet in the basic medical sciences and related disciplines. We are going to work towards increasing fund allocation to our library, or DECO library, to acquire more online resources. And like my colleague said, the way it is now is the way to go to ensuring that lectures are not disrupted because of any reason whatsoever. You can actually give your lectures, electronically. So this will be pursued vigorously to ensure that our students and staff are well acquainted to this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Ogundiran.
Thank you very much. E-learning has come to stay, and that's the way the world is going. The most important thing for e-learning, which already has been established to improve upon it, is to fund the e-learning project and to work with the ITU, the CMEU, and all the other units of the college, as well as the university that are involved in this. Of course, funding is also required to make sure that internet activities and facilities are established. So the important thing is to provide a fund for this system to continue to run, train the staff that are already on it, and also bring in newer staff that may also bring in new ideas into it. So all this, by the grace of God, will be pursued. So funding is key. Of course, whether we need, that we need this or not is not the issue. That we need to improve on it is not the issue. The issue is funding and training more staff so that this can be widely accepted and used. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So the next question will go to Professor Adenipekun, and it's... okay, sorry about that. He has answered the question. Okay, so this is a question from online audience, and the question has to do with the College of Medicine Icoma Hostel Building Project. So, this question is about the plan for the continuity and sustainability of this project, the ongoing Icoma Hostel Building Project.
Again, that was my starting point when I was talking about my vision. It is a must to ensure that that project is completed. In fact, we need it we need like yesterday that it should be completed. So we are going to work with our Icoma to ensure the completion of that project, and we will even seek for more funds to build more hostels because the MBCN has given us to double our capacity. So we need hostels. So I want to assure Icoma that I will ensure, put in all energy, work with you to ensure that we have that project completed on time. And like I said, we will also work towards getting more hostels for our students. Thank you.
Professor Ogundiran, please.
Thank you very much. You don't change. First of all, I thank Icoma. The chairman is here, and the Icoma worldwide for what they are doing at the project. How do we sustain the pace of the work and making sure that it's completed? You don't change a winning horse. Even though by the grace of God I will be the provost, that does not mean that those who are already established in the project are going to be changed. So number one is that those who are already working there, those who are already part of the team that are doing the project and pursuing it to where it has reached now, we continue to work on it. We're also going to be appealing more to Icoma. There are still many people in Icoma that have not actually bought into this idea. So one is going to be able to give them periodic updates like they have been having before now so that they will know the progress of the work and also they will be able to key into it. So the main thing is that We let the people who are running it continue to run it while seeking for more funds from far and near. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Professor Wulabi.
Thank you very much. I think it's a major project that we need to congratulate. A very, very courageous project, really, that we need to congratulate the current administration for. And of course, thank ICOMA for their massive support. Not continuing the project is going to be a disregard, really, a disrespect to the donors who have the intention that the project should be completed. So it's a no-brainer. The project has to be completed. More funds needs to be mobilized. And of course, periodic updates to the donors. And that is going to really be very symbolic in attracting additional funds from alumni and from other people if we are really able to do this. And more importantly, with the MDCN doubling what is required, we might need to also work with government to also use that as a leveraging and bargaining point with government that we need hostel accommodation for all clinical students, not only just medical students. All clinical students needs to be accommodated because of security issues and for them to really be able to learn on the job in terms of role modeling as well as mentorship. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I'll go to Professor Okujiran. This is another question from the audience. The question has to do with relationships, and this is the question. How would you promote harmonious relationship between the University of Ibadan, the University College Hospital, and the various professionals in the college?
Thank you very much. That's a very important question. If everybody looks at the finger, and the tip of the finger, if we cut it off, then the importance and usefulness of that part of the body becomes obvious. Everybody in the College of Medicine, whether medic, non-medic, in UI, in UCH, MBBS, BDS, BMLS, physiotherapy, in the Faculty of Public Health, everybody is important. The college is one, and it is when we are one that we can move forward. Like I told you before, I've been a team player, and I've led the Baltics program since 2004 to date, and we have worked together cohesively as a team.
All right.
Therefore, given the opportunity, this will continue. I have the experience by the grace of God, and we'll work together as a team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Adenipekun.
Thank you very much. Relationship is crucial. Without relationship, you can't even go further. You know, I said I want to take the college further. Relationship between College of Medicine, UCH, University of Ibadan is paramount, will be protected and will be highly valued. Because I told you years ago, may I tell you that the air conditioners in this hall were provided by UCH because the relationship was good. So I will ensure that we have good relationship with the College of Medicine, with College of Medicine and UCH, and also with UI. So the issue of not paying electricity bill will not even arise at all, because I will ensure good relationship. And among the professional bodies in the college, if you look at one of my write-ups, I said, one flock, one family. We are the same. We are one family. We will work together. And we will ensure that we respect your peculiarity. And we know that what obtains in dentistry might be different from what obtains in a laboratory, biomedical laboratory. It might be different from what operates in radiotherapy. So we respect your peculiarity. We'll discuss with you before we take decision about your concerns. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Wulabi. The same question, please.
Thank you very, very much. I think it's extremely important for the flagships of medical education and education in Nigeria, as well as the teaching hospital, to work together in unison, like the tripod, so to speak. Without unity, there is no way we can move forward. So how will that be achieved? Very, very important, by mutual respect, by providing opportunities for communications, regular meetings and discussions to solve problems, to identify problems and solve them together, and by ensuring that the right of everyone is respected. Now, there is no direct budget line to the college from the government. It can only come either through UCH or through UI, and that is why it's extremely important for the provost to work very, very closely with the university administration. Then, in terms of teamwork or team science, the biological model, which we are, has shown us that even the brain needs the heart, and the brain even needs the kidney. If the kidney goes off, within 24, 48 hours, there will be uremic encephalopathy. So we must work together. We have no other choice than to work together. Not only in harmony, but in synergy. And that's why the U for the fruitfulness agenda is actually working together in unison to achieve more when everyone works. And I've done this. In fact, one of my greatest discoveries in my research was by a statistician.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm staying with you. I'm staying with you, sir.
Okay.
This is a question from the students, and it has to do with health insurance. What are your plans as regards the health insurance for students?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think it's important. I know the NHIS is still rudimentary, even though a bill has been passed recently that says all Nigerians should actually be insured. So it's important to work with the NHIS and, of course, with the Dean of Students and with the university to ensure that all students are covered by health insurance. Because when students are with us, we are in loco parentis, we are their parents, and we have to take care of their health, make sure they are screened for vascular and other diseases, immunized against hepatitis B. And
as far as their health is concerned, the ABH JAJA annex is not functioning. And that is one other thing that we need to pay attention to, so that at least they can have some initial service when they are ill before the NIH issues become a problem for them with the UCH.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Adenikwe.
Thank you very much. This is also a very vital issue. Again, it will be based on relationship. Yes, NHIS is there for them in Jaja, but what about in the case of emergencies? How will they get to UI? What happens between here and UI? We will talk with UCH. We will talk to them, and in emergencies, please kindly take care of our students. While the further treatment will now take place in Jaja. During the time I was CMAC, we were treating policemen free of charge because of relationship with them. If you are brought in emergency from armed robbery situation, we treat them in emergency, and it's free of charge. So we'll discuss with them. The moment you have a strong, good relationship with UCH, our students can get emergency treatment in UCH, while Jaja can do the rest thereafter. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll stay with you, sir. This is...
Read up in a book. It comes by practice. What do? You maintain relationship with them in peacetime. If you are in peacetime, you maintain relationship with unions. When it is time for crisis like that, they still respect that our guy is always there for us during peacetime. And they know how to do it in such a way that you will not truncate or strangulate the system. You can't stop them from going on strike if the national one has declared strike. And we are not here to say don't do unionism. It is a government establishment, but you know one thing, maintain good relationship with them in peacetime. Even when they want to strike, they will be the one to come and tell you, Oga, there's going to be national strike from Monday. What do we do? They give you a soft landing. The relationship is crucial in everything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Who are the union leaders? They come from amongst the colleagues we work with. So if you work with them, you respect them as you respect others. Respect begets respect. And valuing everybody's input into the system is very, very important. Unionism, violence ones, is because there is a perception that you don't accept them, you don't appreciate them. So in service, when we work together and we run an all-inclusive system whereby everybody's voice is heard, you have access and they have access to you. The unions will know that this is a government in place that takes care of the needs of everybody. And so therefore, relationship, togetherness, inclusiveness, respect to everyone, whether in union or out of union, will foster peace in the system. Thank you.
Professor Olabi.
Thank you very much. To prevent crisis or to mitigate crisis with labor union, I think what is important, usually crisis emanates when there is communication breakdown. If there is understanding, mutual respect, all the time, and they know you have their best interests at heart, it's very important to demonstrate that all the time. It will be easier to work with all labor unions. So constant communication, providing a forum, including community meetings, which I'm going to ensure that we have at least 2 or 3 of that every year, where everybody can really express what their grievances are. For grievances that are beyond what the institution can handle, which is at the level of government, and when they have a dispute with government, there will be a way to mitigate and provide at least skeletal services such that it doesn't become injurious to the students and to the staff and to the progress of the college. So it's really by relationship, by ensuring communication and open door policy, and by ensuring that their needs are attended to and they are given opportunities to thrive.
Professor,
thank you.
Please hold on to the microphone. I'd like to announce that we'll be done in about 10 minutes or thereabouts. So I'd like you to please bear with us. And well, I hope you are enjoying the session, right? Okay, I hope we are making sense. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, this one has to do with brain drain. It's one of the biggest phenomenon. Amongst young people, they call it japa now. However, it's a double-edged question. First, professors are retiring at 70. New specialists trained by departments are what? Leaving. So we now have a gap. You're creating human resource shortage in the college. So how do you intend to solve the brain drain problem? So the question is how?
Thank you very much. I think the most important way to solve the brain drain problem is to ensure that we have an enabling environment that attracts the best talents to the college, and that also ensures that those that are already in the college, they are treated very well, they are promoted rapidly as may be required, and they are given an enabling environment for them to thrive. And then we can also, in the interim, which I also did some of these as dean, convert brain drain to brain gain. And that is possible by leveraging on our alumni the resources of our alumni. We've been able to tap on their financial resources, but I think more importantly, we can harness their intellectual resources, not only in terms of providing teaching and training, but also in terms of grantsmanship and other opportunities. So brain drain can be converted to brain, and then we can show examples. I mean, from here, I've been able to publish more than 400 papers. I've been able to lead so many organizations and Lancet commissions right from here. So it's possible to show that as a case of what others can also achieve.
All right.
Thank you.
Professor Gundiro.
Thank you very much. Why are young people going? They are going because they are disillusioned with the system. Their promotion does not come on time. Their working environment is not conducive to them. And they see the seniors as not being responsive to their needs. These are all the things I've gathered from interacting with people over in the system. Their dues are not paid. Some entitlements, some are denied their entitlements, and when the entitlements will come, it will come very late. So all these things are issues that we need to address. We cannot stem brain drain completely. Those who will go will still go. Those who will japa. But it's not everybody who japas that actually wants to go. There are many of them who desire to stay back, only making the environment conducive and taking their welfare as a very important thing to pursue as the provost. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Adenikwe.
Thank you very much. Well, sometimes they come to you, we want to go. Then you'll be wondering, how do you stop this one not to go? Especially when it comes to the emolument, the salaries, even as a professor, you know how much are you earning. So we will, yes, I agree with my colleagues, enabling environment, number one, timely promotion, good mentorship, telling them that some of us are still here. We did not go. And know that we are worse off for not going. Through good mentorship, promotion, timely promotion, enabling environment will make many of them to stay. As for the salaries, of course, we will now rely on the union that whatever you can do to convince government that let's review the salary structure so that the young people can stay. They don't want to stay because of the poor salaries. And it's difficult to stop them. One told me, if I go to London, this is how much I'll be earning in a month. That was 3 times my salary as a professor. So how can I stop such a person? Right. But to make sure that government too have a role to play in this thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll stay with you for this next question. It has to do with the Treasury single account. In the academic space, this has been a very naughty issue. So it is a menace to research. So how do you intend to work around this problem of Treasury single account?
Thank you very much. It's a government policy. But you know one thing. We have organizations that are also government that are flourishing despite this thing you call hindrance. We are going to have a chat with them. How are you doing it? What can you do? And apart from that, there are also other methods to do it legally, without necessarily breaking any rule. Why should somebody take their grants from here to another organization? And the person tells me that if I apply for my grant on Monday, I get it on Friday. Same federal government establishment. So we need to talk to our colleagues and see what can be done. I know what can be done. I may not be able to tell you publicly here, but I know it's a legal way to do it. If others are doing it legally, I think it means there are ways to do it. And I know government is also listening very well to this hindrance. They don't want to hinder research, and I'm sure very soon there is going to be a policy on it to reverse it for academic situation. But there are shortcuts that can be done, which is legal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Olabi. Professor Gunjan.
Thank you very much. The TSA is a problem, it's a challenge, but I'm aware that it's been addressed, and it's just a matter of pushing it further with the people who are in charge. But one thing that I know is that even within the same system that we all operate, some people are still getting by. Even with the TSA, they are getting their money. I am aware that some colleagues are here working with colleagues in the University of Jos, the same project. All of them, they have their money in TSA. Here, they cannot get their money, but they are in Jos, they can get their money from the same TSA. I think we need to talk with others and learn how are they doing it legitimately so that this issue can be solved and our people can also have access to their funds. This is not rocket science, and I believe relationship and talking across the Niger with people may also go a long way in solving this problem.
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Olabi.
Thank you very much. It's a major issue, and like I mentioned, even the president of ICOMA held a press conference on this. That it's actually a death knell, so to speak, to research enterprise in the institution. Perhaps because of the volume of grants that is handled in the college and some other issues which needs to be looked into, there are very, very incredible and strangulating delays in access to funds. And this has motivated me, working with others, the provost, the vice chancellor, and advocating even as a member of the National Health Research Council for that policy to be reversed. And it's actually at the verge of being reversed. The government will soon, so I had to, there was even a time I organized a meeting, was able to, with all sense of humility, organize a meeting with the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, the Vice Chancellor's Office, and the Provost, to really explain what we are going through and why this is really bad and why it needs to be reversed. And so it's actually at the verge of being reversed. Yeah. But while that is being sorted, we can find other means of ensuring that funds can be accessed within 48 hours, maximum 1 week. All right. Thank you very much.
So I'll ask you this next question. How do you intend to continue and improve the sponsor a student scholarship program so that It will help students not to drop out of school for lack of fund.
Thank you very much. It's actually one of the major achievements of the current provost. When the HPTL was introduced, some students were indigent and not able to afford. So certainly there's already a committee in place shared by eminent people. I will just continue what they are already doing and continue to raise more funds and probably review if the amount to be donated is to be increased so that the students can actually, more students can come into that protection, into that protective umbrella. So it's a very noble project, right. Which certainly I'm going to continue.
Yes, sir. Professor, continue, please.
Thank you very much. I still reiterate what I said before, that projects that are doing well, helping the college, helping the students, they should, of necessity, continue to flourish. How do we ensure this? Number one, again, I say you don't change a winning horse. So those who are already, working on it and they are making it to work, then they continue to work as much as possible on it. Number two is also to go all out. It's possible that some of these funds can actually be invested so that it becomes a recurring interest that can be accrued over time, and this will continue to make the system to continue to run. And so we need to look for more funders who are going to fund this initiative. The current provost has been doing a lot of raising funds, so that effort has to continue, and we need to also utilize those who are there presently, and so that, of course, bring in new ideas from other people as well, so that the project continues. The project will surely continue.
All right, thank you, sir. Professor Adenike, sir.
Thank you very much. I must congratulate the present provost for this initiative. Very good one. It will be very painful to see a brilliant student, getting out of school because of funds. Again, we have something like this, which we do in my old school. I went to Christ School at Ekiti. We have something like that to sustain indigent students. So we will surely improve on this, get more funders, so that our indigent students will not just drop out because of funds. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Just hold on to the microphone, sir. Okay, so this is the ultimate question in this, our community engagement. Of course, we know that it is a contest. Election will be holding next Tuesday, right? Okay, so there will be only one winner. In the event that you do not win, what should the college community expect from you? In the event that you do not win, what should the college community expect from you?
Maybe I should let you know that I contested.
1 minute, sir.
I contested 4 years ago, and the college is still doing well, and that's why I'm here again. So the college remains. I remain here too, to put in my effort to ensure that taking the college further will be sustained by me. Thank you.
Professor Gunjura.
Whoever wins will have my 100% support.
Thank you very much. I'm going to support wholeheartedly whoever wins.
Thank you very much. I'd like to say thanks to distinguished gentlemen who have indeed distinguished themselves this afternoon. I'd like to say thanks to you. Congratulations to all of you. You have done extremely well. I also like to say congratulations to you, members of the community. You have such brilliant minds putting themselves forward. And this is commendable. I salute you all for this courage to really come out. There are many people who would love to be here, but, maybe one or two other things are standing on the way and all that. But they have also, summoned the courage to be here, to present their programs and ideas to you and for you to consider and make your choice. I hope this event has indeed, fulfilled your expectations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
May we rise for the anthems, please. BCC.
Arise, O come.
Thank you very much.